What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. This is living in Grand Junction, Colorado. Another glorious, almost summer day here in Grand Junction. And today we're going to talk about, I guess, the three bears and porridge. I don't know. You remember that fairy tale? Not too hot, not too cold. Well, what about a city that's not too small, not too big, but it's just right? We're going to talk about it right now. What is going on, everybody? I'm Robert Hayes, along with my wife Christie and the rest of the team. We are the Hayes Home Group right here in gorgeous Grand Junction, Colorado. Hey, if you guys have any questions about Grand Junction, the river float right here, which is real popular in the summertime here in Grand Junction, or you're just ready to move out this way, as much as we love doing these dank videos, we'd love nothing more than to absolutely crush your real estate goals. So the information popping up below, reach out any way that you know how. Give us a call, shoot us a text, send us an email, or even send that carrier pigeon. We will always have your back with any questions, and we'll definitely have your back when you're ready to make that move here to gorgeous Grand Junction. So yep, oftentimes we get people that reach out to us and they're in a pretty darn big city and they're looking for something a little bit different, right? They're wanting to get out of the craziness. Or we've had clients that reached out to us and said, hey, we grew up in such and such Iowa with a population of 300 people. We need something a little bit more. Well, what if you could find the perfect Goldilocks city, I guess you could call it? Not too big, not too small. Well, Grand Junction, let's talk about it. First and foremost, the population. We're approaching 70,000, 68, something like that. And if you take the whole valley, you've got Palisade, which is about 3 grand. Fruita, off to the west, is about 10, 11,000 people. And then you add in Grand Junction, we're about 90 grand. But as far as the growth rate, we're still only at about 1.5% annually. So yeah, I mean, it's just right in that perfect mix of population, and the growth is not too crazy either. We've had clients reach out to us and they've settled on Colorado, and so they know they want to live somewhere in Colorado, but maybe, they grew up in Colorado Springs on the east end or on the east side of the Rockies, the Front Range they call it. Maybe back in the late 80s, early 90s, hey, we want to go check out Colorado Springs. And then they wind up calling me and saying, boy, what happened to Colorado Springs? It's not the Colorado Springs that I grew up in 30 years ago. It just kind of reminds me of the city I'm looking to get out of. Too many people, too many cars, strip malls everywhere. Yeah, let's go ahead and consider Grand Junction instead. So that does happen. Maybe some city in Colorado they visited years ago, they go out to check it out again, and they say maybe lost a little bit of magic. But here on the west side of the Rockies, it's the largest city. I say largest city west of the Rockies, Grand Junction, with that perfect population of about 65, 68,000, which is going to give you that nice Goldilocks feel. Now, the other thing that you absolutely have to consider if you're looking for that perfect population city is, what about traffic? Now, I have some experience with some serious traffic growing up in Southern California, Orange County, Disneyland, the whole deal. I know what traffic's all about, guys. Stopping in the middle of a freeway, not even an accident ahead, just too many dang cars. Christie and I actually took our kiddo about 10 years ago. He was a Disney freak. We went to Disneyland, took him there for his birthday, and we were on Christie had never been to Orange County. So we were on the freeway, just dead stopped, and she turned to me and she said, why? I don't get it. Why are we stopped? This isn't a street that has signals. We're on a freeway. I'm like, that's just the way it goes. They call that gridlock here in Southern California. The commute time in Grand Junction, average commute time, is about 12 minutes. So you can go all the way from the east end of the valley, all the way to the west end of the valley in about 20. But in town, average commute time is going to be about 12 minutes. Do we have a rush hour? If you consider on Patterson Road, which is our main east-west road, basically through, kind of the downtown area, having, 6 cars instead of 2 cars, yeah, I guess that's a rush hour. But no, if you're from a big city, you've got the freeway system, you're just stuck in traffic, it's 45 minutes to get somewhere, you're gonna love the non-traffic here in Grand Junction. Now, with that limited population and the no traffic, people often wonder, well, that sounds great, but what about things to do? Now, if you're from, Orlando, you've got what? Universal Studios, you've got Disney World, all that stuff. Well, yeah, I mean, it's going to be a little different here, but there is plenty of stuff to do here in Grand Junction. You're looking at one right here. This is the river float. Now, this is different than the Colorado River, which is just on the other side of this kind of embankment here. This is something they put in a couple years back, and it starts down there by the building. A little windy here, hope you can still hear me. I'm sure you can. This is kind of for, you want the rookie river float. It kind of just takes you along the edge of the Colorado. It's carved out just for you. And you saw there's a couple little dips down there. The kiddos can get on their inner tubes and float this instead of the river. So you got that, of course. USA Today did an article not too long ago talking about our downtown Main Street being one of the most charming in the entire country. So you've got an outdoor art sculpture exhibit. That's a pretty big deal here in Grand Junction, the art scene. You've got mom and pop stores, brew pubs, art galleries, concerts. Right there at the Las Colonias Amphitheater, Christie and I just saw Dwight Yoakam couple weeks back. That was pretty fun. Down there in Fruita, James Robb State Park, they've got a summer concert series. They also had an article in, I think it was called The Weekly, something like that. They said, forget about Moab, just go to Grand Junction, it's less crowded. We have arches here too, guys, in Rattlesnake Canyon. You can go see the arches and get out of the crazy touristy Moab. But you can still go to Moab. It's only an hour and a half away. You've got the Grand Mesa, world's largest flat top mountain, about 45 minutes away. And then it's the 2-hour rule. We'll talk about more in town, but 2 hours to Telluride, about an hour and a half to Ouray, Colorado. Go to the hot springs. Glenwood Springs, about an hour away. More hot springs up that way. Of course, the Colorado National Monument, about 10 minutes from your house here in Grand Junction. So you've got that to look forward to. In town, golf courses all over the place. I think there's 5. You got Adobe Creek, Redlands Mesa, of course. You've got Lincoln Park. And then what else do you have? Tierrado there in Redlands as well, so you can do your golfing, of course, but a lot of stuff in town to do as well. Of course, don't forget Palisade, over 30 plus wineries out there in Palisade. Get your wine on, do a wine tour, wine tasting, everything having to do with wine out there in Palisade, Colorado. Only about, 15 minutes away from downtown Grand Junction. So yep, plenty of stuff in town to do to keep you busy. The festivals all year round, the Peach Festival, the Fruita Fall Festival, the Lavender Festival, the Honeybee Festival, all kinds of stuff to do spring, summer, and fall here in Grand Junction. Now, another thing that people often wonder about, hey, we're coming from, a big city, and we've got all kinds of medical facilities that are going to be important to us if we come out that way. Well, fear not. We actually did a video not too long ago talking about all the medical availability here in Grand Junction, which is absolutely robust for a town of 65,000 people. St. Mary's Hospital, the largest hospital here in Grand Junction. Everything you could possibly want there at St. Mary's. You got Community Hospital in the north part of town. Christie just finished up with some carpal tunnel surgery over there. Was a complete success. She's feeling good. The Canyon View Surgery Center is where she got that done there at Community Hospital. Fruita, if you want to live out in Fruita, you've got your own medical facility. Colorado Canyons Hospital, Level 4 Trauma Center. If you're a veteran, like my dad is, Christie's dad, we got the VA Hospital, one of the most highly regarded VA hospitals right here in Grand Junction. And then even in Palisade, they've got a primary care facility in Palisade, town of 3,000 people. So you are covered. Eyeballs, I've got eyeball issues, glaucoma, all that fun stuff. Icon Eye Care right there in downtown Grand Junction. So you're covered for medical. Fear not. This is kind of the end of the river float right here. That was one of the little dips that you have some fun on here on the river float. And again, the Colorado is just right there on the other side. They've got little signs kind of telling you what to do. They got the yellow flag up today. I think you can see it over there. That just kind of tells you what the flow is in the river. Yellows, hey, be a little more cautious. If they got a red flag, that means this sucker's really moving. But yeah, they'll keep this open until the flow on the Colorado just isn't sufficient enough for this little river float right here. Now, what about housing? There are plenty of diverse housing opportunities here in Grand Junction as well. You can be up by the Redlands or by the monument in the Redlands. Neighborhoods like Canyon View, old growth trees, incredible views of the monument right out your backyard. You want a old Victorian home built in 1907? You can get one of those too. And our historic 7th Street district there downtown, all kinds of older turn of the century homes. You want a farm with 10 acres? You can do that too. Out in the northwest part of town between Fruita, actually in Fruita as well too. You can get yourself a bunch of acreage and go settle in with no neighbors, 5-10 acres of land. Yep, you can do that. So yeah, you've got every possible home opportunity here in Grand Junction with a median home price of only about $410 as of this video. So Palisade Wine Country, want to live out there next to a winery? You can do that as well. So last but not least, I think what's important when it comes to talking about the perfect size town is that community feel here in Grand Junction. People move out here for the same reasons that everybody else is moving out here for, which is that limited population, the no traffic. Of course, let's not forget 300 sunny days per year and the lifestyle. So yeah, it's one of those, you know, they're gonna give you their shirt off their back, your neighbors if you need some help. It's just the vibe, the lifestyle. Everyone's into it. And that community sense, that community feel, you are gonna find all over town. So again, guys, as much as we love doing these dang videos, we'd love nothing more than to absolutely crush your real estate goals and moving out this way. So the information popping back up below, reach out any way that you know how. Give us a phone call, shoot us a text, send us an email, or even send the dang carrier pigeon. We will always have your back with any questions. And we'll definitely have your back when you're ready to move out to the Goldilocks city of Grand Junction. Till the next video, we'll catch you later.